This is a very cynical exercise, but we move on to another big story. A story about how viewers, the government is beginning to focus on a pernicious nexus that forms today the underbelly of Bollywood or B-Town. Viewers, Times Now has accessed a dossier that seems to suggest that a US national of Pakistani origins, the man on your screen, works with two Indian conduits to allegedly lure Bollywood stars to participate in events overseas so that they can make money to fund anti-India activities. This is what the government believes, viewers. And you see the number of stars on your screens that has shared a stage or have participated in events organized by Rehan Siddiqi, Pak origin American event organizer who works through two other Indians, Darshan, Mehta and Rakesh Kaushal. These individuals, being Indians, then approach various Bollywood A-listers, celebrities, performers, musicians, take them abroad. All these individuals then dance to the tunes of Rehan Siddiqi. Rehan Siddiqi rakes in the money, spends it on anti-India activities. Now, is Rehan Siddiqi, according to the government, all of this is according to the government, the dossiers are here available with Times Now. In fact, these three individuals have been blacklisted. They can never get a visa to come to India. I want to go straight across to Srinjoy Chaudhary. Srinjoy, this is a deep nexus, infiltration by what many people think are Pakistani sympathizers, maybe even aligned to the Pakistani deep state. We can't say. Government certainly believes so, to try and influence public opinion through some of the most important newsmakers and opinion shapers in this country. Srinjoy.
Rahul, as far as the Indian government is concerned, Rehan Siddiqui and Kaushal and Mehta are nasty pieces of work. And there are two things that they have been doing which has attracted the Indian government's attention. The first is he tried to sabotage Narendra Modi's Howdy Modi program. He hired, while that program was going to take place, he hired another stadium close by. He got sold tickets and hired singers, and this was a double deal. You do the program in the evening, and all those people who attended would come the next morning, stand outside the stadium where Narendra Modi and Donald Trump were, and protest against India. That was the first point. And it was scuttled only because the Texas government and the Houston city authorities intervened. His second point, he runs a radio station, which is a very curious mixture, Rahul, of very good Hindi film music and venom against India, primarily about Kashmir. Now, here is a man.
So you say that he goes public with this venom,
man who goes
and none of, and Vivek, this is very, very serious. Goes public, nasty piece of work who goes public, according to Srinjoy, with venom against India, yet, Bollywood A-listers are deaf to these rants, and they show up and are at his beck and call.
Exactly, they are good at organizing people. And why? Because as Indian agencies call, they are the cheerleaders of ISI. And what do they do, Rahul? Let me just jog your memory back to 8 months back, that's September 22nd, when we had broken a story on Times Now on how one group, especially this gentleman and his allied group, had tried to organize an Howdy Modi event. And what did he do? He organized vehicles from various parts of America, taking them to Houston, making sure that food and beverages and transport was given free of cost. It's quite like what happens in India, where you have rallies by politicians, but this one was funded allegedly by the ISI, and that's precisely why the Indian government has always red flagged it.
Okay, Rahul. Red flagged it. Now listen to what this man, there you go. Unspooling of all sorts of anti-India propaganda. This, of course, in reaction to the Indian government's decision to blacklist him. is pouring out venom, but on his broadcast, we are told reliably that this is par for the course. And I want to go straight across to Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, there are individuals. There are individuals in B-Town. Dr. Patra, there are individuals in B-Town who are out there, fraternizing with these individuals who have a bias against India. We don't know their relationship between various elements abroad who are disaffected and the Pakistani deep state. But Indian movie stars are going there, and now even after these people are being called out, we are not hearing any of them coming out and saying that, look, we disassociate ourselves. That's the demand that the BJP also makes. That's the demand that several Indians are hoping will come true. Dr. Patra.
May I come in, Rahul sir?
1 second. Yes.
No, in fact, I'm really taken aback. It's for me, thank you.
Yes.
Rahul, I'm taken aback. It's not about Rehan Siddiqi. I have the letter with me of the Home Ministry where categorically they blacklist Rehan Siddiqi, Rakesh, Kaushal and Darshan Mehta. Remember, Rakesh, Kaushal and Darshan Mehta, they are Indian citizens. Rehan right now declared that he was a Pakistani citizen. I have no problem with Rehan because of the fact that, well, yes, a Pakistani citizen, of course, has every right to carry on propaganda against India. But look, Indians going and standing in cohort with a Pakistani citizen, trying to sell their own country is what I have a problem with. And the irony is, despite the fact that all the things have come out in the open now, none of these people come out apologizing, saying that galti ho gayi hai, hame maaf kar dijiye. That is one issue. And second thing is, remember, as far as these lobbies are concerned, from the days of Dawood Ibrahim to the Ghulam Nabi Faiz and now the Tony Asais and the Ashish Mashrats, I mean, these lobbies have always existed. It's only thanks to the social media world, thanks to the change in governance now, we have these lobbies in front of us. The government is taking action against these lobbies now.
Tehseen Poonawalla, isn't it incumbent upon these Bollywood stars to come out and say, look, perhaps we didn't know, fine, give them the benefit of doubt, but today come out and take a position against these individuals?
I agree with you, and therefore I urge through your medium the Honourable Prime Minister to call Canada Kumar home once again and not tell him how he eats his mangoes by how he likes his mangoes, but to tell him to denounce, because Canada Kumar's pictures are also there, as is everybody else's pictures. So the limited point is the Prime Minister calls ISI to India to investigate, can do nothing except divert attention.
So the onus is not on. So the onus is not on Bollywood. It's on the Prime Minister.
Who wrote the letter? Home Ministry, na? Home Ministry wrote the letter, na? Home Ministry wrote the letter. So the onus is call Canada Kumar home.
This is now. Look at the false equivalence that is being drawn.
Canada Kumar not called.
Who has blacklisted these people? It's the government under Modi.
Shocking.
Dr. Anand Ranganathan, you want to come in on this?
Why are you not calling them?
Calling them where?
Call them to PMO and instead of discussing mangoes and
Rahul, this is just shocking.
These traitors, denounce them.
These people, sir, are stars because Indians watch their films, subscribe to their talent, and therefore make them what they are. Do you think they should be taking this country for a ride? They get paid crores to do all of this. Why dance to another anti-India agent's tunes?
I'm on stage with you.
No, and who's the onus on? 1 minute, Dr. Anand Ranganathan. The onus is on the government again. It's ridiculous.
No, this is just absolutely shocking. I don't know about Bhabiji Papad, but one of your panelists is definitely having Jiaji Papad. That explains this complete lack of rationality and logic. Now, as a sensible person, I wouldn't wait for the government to come up with that please, you guys, you disclose. It is inherent. And Rahul, ignorance can save you from culpability. But if you're pretending to be ignorant, then you are culpable. You remember those back in the 1950s, those Camel cigarette ads used to be advertised by doctors. Used to say, cigarettes are really safe. I smoked them. So it is a bit like that. Now, when you've heard all this, what this vicious, vile diatribe of this Pakistani guy, it's all right. Either, as Dr. Patra said, he's Pakistani, he would have those views. That's perfectly all right. But I, as an actor or as a businessman, would I like to associate myself, work in close alliance with such a person who wants the destruction of India and who's probably an ISI agent and planning God knows what else in this country? Certainly not. So they should come out one by one and declare that they are not going to have any association with such turnips.
MC Abbas, what's wrong? What's wrong?
I'll tell you what's wrong. Wrong is the Bharatiya Janata Party and Sambit Patra's illogical argument of pseudo-nationalism. Nationalists such as Hrithik, Roshan, Mika, Singh, Arijit,
look. Every one of us has a patriotic duty. Every one of us has a patriotic duty. Patriotism is not just... No, one second. Come on, Abbas. Now, look, I'm sure if I ask you tomorrow, would you take money from Hafiz Saeed just because he pays you 10 crores to come over and share a stage with him? Will you take money from Hafiz Saeed?
Okay.
And 1 minute, let me finish. And even if you did, and someone told you later that, listen, this is India's most wanted terrorist, maybe you forgot, what would you say? You'd say, here, take your money back, and I'm really sorry that I shared a stage.
Allow me to
In fact,
yes.
Would you not?
In fact, Abbas,
or would you say Modi should say sorry on my behalf?
Hafiz Saeed called you his favorite panelist.
Hafiz Saeed.
Listen to me.
Hafiz Saeed and Rehan Siddiqui, you equate, that's a false equivalence, sir. You have anything?
Oh, it's a false equivalence. You can give a certificate for Rehan Siddiqui. You are ready to give a certificate for Rehan Siddiqui, sir? No, are you ready to give a certificate? If you are, sir, then great on you. Why don't you go and dance also on his shows? Go dance. He'll give you 50 crores. You can also go dance.
We don't need pseudo-nationalism.
But then don't come out and claim that you have India's interests at heart. I leave it at this, viewers. This is ridiculous. No, 1 second. Look. Everyone is free. Listen, Bollywood actors are free to go and dance in Pakistan. No problems. Go, do it. But then don't come around here and say... No, listen to me. Everyone is free to do whatever they want to. This is a great democracy. This is the beauty of Indian democracy. But then don't come out and say that we salute the tricolour on August 15th. And we hold it in high regard. Because that would be hypocrisy. So viewers, you want to go out there and keep watching the hypocrites? It's your call. But I think someone needs to hold them to account and ask them to come out and start taking a position. Surely they don't need the money. The news hour with Navika Kumar follows.